So after setting our units and limits for our file, the next thing we will usually want to do is that what we call layering settings. And the layering settings, as you notice when you open up the AutoCAD file first time that we had this X button or any other AutoCAD file, you see that all the drawings, whether it's floor plan, elevation, sections or whatever, they all have some sort of a color-coded format. And the reason for doing that is that when you open up the AutoCAD file and all layers, every drawings, lines, circles, furniture, whatever, doors are white, it's very hard to work with that drawings. It's going to be very tedious, and if you can't distinguish between the different elements, and sometimes you want to just change one specific thing in one layer, for example on the wall system, and then you don't want to affect those type of things that you want to do on, like for example, doors. So the layering helps you to kind of turn different settings on and off, so basically that give you that freedom of working with one layer without affecting the other layers, or sometimes you just want to have it, you lock it. We get to showing how you do that, but that's the concept of this. The other reason is that when we are planning to print or plot any drawing set, if all the layers will be white, when you're gonna print them, they all will have the same quality, what you call as a line weight, the thickness of the line that will be print out. And if all the line gonna be the same color, it's the same problem that we have when we're working on AutoCAD in the same color code, because then it's gonna be hard to read that map. So let's get here to our file. Here I have some file ready for you. This is like a basic floor plan. What I usually do is that I separate a different elements in a separate formats. Usually all the walls are in the same different format. Any furniture, they are in a different format. If I have a dashed line, I usually put them in a separate file, the separate layers, and then the text, same thing. So when you look at these drawings, you easily can see and have a very good understanding of these drawings. Like for example, you notice that this is like a furniture. I mean, even if it is not as like a you know, if it is not a very clear furniture, but the tone, the thickness of the lines, all those things is basically helping you to navigate through map. The same thing about, like for example, this is like a different floor plan of the same project, and as you can see, it's easily distinguished. You notice it right away that this is like your wall here, and this is like door, and if this you can see there is some sort of, if I zoom in here, you see the lines of a staircase, which are like kind of a like a parallel line going all the way down, is different than the wall that cutting through the wall system. And the reason is that whatever line that we are seeing is usually from the elevation or from the top view, we just have them in a lighter format compared to the things that we cut through them. As we move on, and be setting different settings for a line weight, you get used to that. For example, that hierarchy of the line weight or line thickness for different elements. And then, for example, usually if I want to categorize them, I started with the walls that cut through, then I go to like a wall, the lines that I basically seeing from the top. So if I cut through somewhere in my drawing, and I see a line in front of me and I'm not cutting through them, I put them in the second hierarchy format. Then I go with the door system, or if I have a window, I put the window and door in the second hierarchy of the line weight, and then I go to like a text as a third, and the dimension as a fourth, and hatch, which we'll get into that in later on in the course. It's going to be another basically level in the line weight.